What's going on, everyone? So yesterday, the Lakers got their last little practice in right before they go to take on the Sacramento Kings. And we got to get this win. Sacramento lost to the Golden State Warriors in Sacramento. You know that they're not going to want to lose 2 straight home games and start the season off on a bad note. So Lakers are going to have their work cut out for them. It's hard enough to win on any given time in Sacramento, with the whole light the beam thing, and then to add in that extra incentive of like, hey, we can't go off to a bad start to this season and lose 2 straight home games. The Lakers, they got to be ready to just execute and get ready for that hit in the mouth, right? But a good sign was Jarred Vanderbilt was getting a workout in, was just working on some drills with Phil Handy. He's working on some dribbling drills, whole video on it. And, that's great to see. Now, for those that aren't aware, Jarred Vanderbilt is still at least 2 weeks out. He's supposed to be reevaluated in 2 weeks. He was recently reevaluated and everything came back good, but they're being on the precaution side. So they're going to reevaluate him in 2 weeks. So in the meantime, he's just practicing, kind of ramping up, staying in shape, staying ready as he moves closer to a return. And we need him, right? We need Jarred Vanderbilt badly. His defense is A1. You're talking about arguably, if not the best on-ball defender in the entire league. He would be great in that matchup against the Phoenix Suns to have him guard Kevin Durant. Christian Wood did a fantastic job. Really brought us home on the defensive side against Kevin Durant. And then also Cam Reddish deserves a lot of credit. He's kind of stepped into that Jarred Vanderbilt role and I think has done an excellent job in that regard. He was doing a great job defending Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was just doing Kevin Durant things and was just lighting him up. It was nothing to the lack of defense from Cam Reddish. It was just Kevin Durant is one of, if not the greatest scorers we have ever seen with the basketball. But it's good to see we got a lot of work ahead, right? Look, I still fully believe that the Lakers win 50 to 55 games this year. I don't have doubts about it. I know a lot of people have their concerns and whatnot, but I mean, look, any given night, any team can beat you. I know a lot of people are like, well, the Lakers, they almost lost to Phoenix without Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Well, that same team just smoked the Utah Jazz by 20, right? Like, it happens. There's still NBA players. There's still guys that, it's not like we went and played the local Y team. We played an NBA team that still had Kevin Durant, who went off for 40, right? Like, it's just, they still are very good. And when you have Bradley Beal, you have Devin Booker, like everything would have been different about that game. From the game plan, the execution on both sides of the basketball, to maybe that kind of sparks guys to deliver better on the offensive side just because they know they're facing Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Maybe that lights a fire under them, where rather you see teams kind of play to their competition. Right? You saw that there was like that 10-minute stretch or whatever. I don't think it was that long, but it was a good couple minute stretch where neither team could score. Right? And it was just like brick after brick after brick from both sides. In Phoenix, that's all they have are shooters and scorers, right? So that's something that just happens. You see teams end up going and role guys really step up. Even the Lakers last year, even before we did the trades and stuff, what did we see? We saw that team beat good teams without LeBron James and without Anthony. I mean, we beat Denver with Thomas Bryant going off for 29 points. So again, it happens. Role guys step up because they're getting that opportunity. They're getting the shot attempts. They're still able to put the ball in the hoop. Right? I mean, most guys in the league, if given the opportunity in shot attempts, could go give you 20 on any given night. Right? And then you add in the fact that Kevin Durant was going off for 40. It's going to be a tough game. Lakers squeezed it out. But again, we do have work that needs to be done, right? We're nowhere near a finished project, and that's the whole point of the regular season, to kind of go through the ins and outs, go through the grind, continue to work and improve on things. The practice, from all accounts and all intents and purposes, seems to have gone very well, and they're continuing to strive and work on the things that need to be worked on. Christian Wood really making an argument for heavy minutes for the Lakers. His offense hasn't been great, but defensively he's been fantastic. Rebounding, he's been great, which it's very simple, right? Like, great example in the Suns game. Rui Hachimura goes up, grabs a rebound. He is all, just loose with the basketball. And Okogie comes over and just snatches it from him. Right? But what happened when Christian Wood got every rebound? He did what they teach you in elementary school. Grab the rebound, secure the basketball, tuck it in, wait for the offense to clear, wait for everyone to clear, and then give it to your point guard or bring it up the court. Christian Wood did that on every rebound, every possession. Right? He wasn't all loose with the basketball to where somebody could come up and slap it out of his hands or, come and snatch it from him or anything like that. And it led to him getting 10 rebounds. I would like to see a little more of Christian Wood and Anthony Davis on the court together. I hope that that's something that Darvin Ham decides to do, especially against the Sacramento team who, they have Sabonis and stuff like that, and he can easily go off. So it'd be nice to kind of have, some big bodies to throw on them. Now, Sabonis is not Jokic, but still, he could still just cause us some issues, cause us some problems. Now, it's going to have to be a team effort in regards to defending De'Aaron Fox, right? Because he's a guy that can go off, and he's led the league in fourth quarter scoring and has been fantastic. He had like something crazy, like 23 the other day in the fourth quarter against the Warriors. And so, it's going to take Cam Reddish and, D'Angelo Russell. He's going to have to play really good defense. He's been very solid. I've been very impressed with D'Angelo Russell and his defense. Is he going to be able to stay in front of a De'Aaron Fox with all his speed? It's going to take not only Cam Reddish, but it's going to take, Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent's going to really have to get after it and really going to have his work cut out for him on the defensive side, just staying in front of and defending De'Aaron Fox. My guess is Gabe Vincent probably closes that game for the Lakers. Taurean Prince, same thing. There may be times where we throw Taurean Prince on a De'Aaron Fox and have him just use his size and his length to try to just disrupt him. That's all you can really do, right? Just try to make him miss, try to make things difficult. If he does get you and he does beat you, then you live with it if you're playing good defense. We saw the Lakers play excellent defense. That was great. I need to continue to see that. We saw that in the fourth quarter of the Suns game. We need to put that together over the course of an entire game, right? Sacramento Kings offense is about as good as it gets, right? They led the league last year in offense. They led the league last year in points with just a little over 120 points per game. They scored 114 against the Golden State Warriors, and they scored 130 against the Utah Jazz. This is a team that can score the basketball. Once again, they are leading the league in offense. So we have to really lock in on the defensive side. And more than anything, we're going to have to hit some shots. Look, I've talked about it. To me, the two big things with the Denver game and the Phoenix Suns game, I think a lot of it can just be attributed to we just didn't hit shots. I really do. I think that was, especially the Denver game more than anything, like you look at all of the stats of that game, right? Everything was nearly identical. We even won the rebounding battle. Won it 44-42, 13 offensive rebounds for us, 9 for Denver. As bad as it looked like we were rebounding the basketball, Nuggets just capitalized on the second chance points. That was the difference. We didn't. And so when you look at like how that game unfolded, it was just Denver shot the ball very well. Lakers didn't. And then we got in the Phoenix Suns game and it was just Lakers didn't shoot the basketball. Luckily, Kevin Durant wore down a little bit. Our defense really picked it up and they started to miss some shots, right? Got to credit our defense. Our defense did an excellent job, but it was also a lot of them just missing shots, right? So we're really going to have to do a good job on both sides of the basketball. We're not going to be able to take it lightly and kind of just coast through the first three quarters and expect to turn it on against Sacramento. Again, they're too high-powered of an offensive team, right? They Keegan Murray can get going. De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Herter, right? He struggled the last few games, or the first 2 games for the Sacramento Kings. Got to imagine at some point he's going to be able to kind of get going and turn it on. Malik Monk, we know he could go off for 30 if need be. They got some good size too, They got guys like Alex Lynn And, JaVale McGee is with the Sacramento Kings now, who many people wanted with the Lakers. And so if we're not careful, I mean, we could end up getting blown out this game. So this is going to be a good test for the Lakers. It's going to be a good test for everybody. Hopefully Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell start hitting shots. Sacramento, look, they can shoot the lights out. They can't play a lick of defense. They are strictly, we have to outscore you type of basketball. That's their game. We have to outscore you, outshoot you, out everything. And they're capable of it, right? I mean, they are. They were, the number 3 seed in the Western Conference last year because of it. So we need to do our part on both sides of the basketball, but we got to score, right? This is, if we were ever going to get our shots going and going to have a high-powered offensive night, it's against the Sacramento Kings. Because, again, their defense is atrocious. They don't have any real rim protection. Sabonis is not a rim threat, right? He's not a guy that's going to go and light you up on block shots and stuff like that. He's a guy that you should be attacking, getting into his chest, get him in foul trouble, get that guy out of the game immediately, right? Their perimeter defense is not there. So we got to really have our guards be aggressive, attack the basket, don't settle. Take the open shot. If you're open, take the shot. Right? Taurean Prince, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, they got to start hitting shots. If you're open, take the open 3. But LeBron, Anthony Davis should be feasting this game. I need another 30 and 12 game from AD. Right? He owes us for that Denver game. I'm not saying he has to go give us 30 and 15 every game, but he got the game, the 30 and 12 game against the Phoenix Suns, and we ended up pulling out and getting that win. That was great. I love it. But you owe us for that Denver game. So now you need to go give us that back-to-back 30 piece. That's what we need, especially against the Sacramento Kings. You should be feasting. Sabonis cannot defend Anthony Davis, right? Even if they double team Anthony Davis, we need to make them pay. Go to town on him. JaVale McGee is not going to be able to defend Anthony. They don't have anybody that can slow down Anthony Davis. They don't have anybody that can slow down LeBron James. LeBron James needs to continue to be aggressive and attack the basketball or attack the basket, right? He's very likely going to continue to be on a minute restriction. We'll see how the fourth quarter. I did like that Darvin Ham basically sat LeBron the entire third. I think he only played 2 minutes in the third quarter. I'm totally okay with that. So that way, he could play and be fresh for the fourth. But I would like to see little bursts, right? Play 4 minutes of LeBron in the first, 4 minutes in the second, 4 minutes in the third. That gives him 16 minutes or whatever, and then play the fourth. Boom, there's his 28 minutes, right? That's what I'd like to see, something like that. And, or 24 minutes or whatever. Right? That's kind of what I like to see. And hopefully that's the approach. But, continue to experiment. I'm totally okay with Darvin Ham and him experiment with different lineups. Hopefully Rui picks it up. Hopefully Gabe Vincent starts knocking down some shots. He's 0 of 9 from 3 in the first 2 games. That's unacceptable. He's got to start hitting some shots. Let's get a little more Jackson Hayes out there. Let him get some run. Let him get some burn. And just start putting the pieces to the puzzle here. Let's go rattle off this W. I like that we're continuing to practice. I like that we're trying to build and continue to head in the right direction. Right? There was some good, there was some bad out of the first 2 games. Let's continue to use the good as the foundation to build towards this season, and then the bad, those are the things that we need to work on. Let's work on those things. We shouldn't be getting out rebound by Sacramento, nothing like that. Got to lock down, do what we got to do. Go win this game tomorrow. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think that, let's go get this W? Do you like that we're seeing them practice? Do you like that Jarred Vanderbilt is getting it back in gear? How do you feel? Love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below.